Oh, my mouse is covered in orcs. Bonk. Okay. Don't have any angry messages, so I think that means we're working. So what do we got today? Actual Games Workshop. Holy shit. Um, so I've got 3 of the Ashway Nomads boxes to go through today. And I also have the weapon set coming, but it's not going to be here for another week or so. And I kind of want to get some of these guys built. Now, besides the weapon set, the other box that I don't have here are these guys. I think they're called Helamites, I think. But there is actually a previous unboxing a long time ago on my channel for these. So I can show them off all built though, which is pretty cool because they're pretty fun models. Just like big grasshopper guys. So I actually looked up a bunch of grasshopper patterns on Google and painted them like grasshoppers. They're a little dusty, so they need some cleaning, but I thought they would be pretty fun enemies for the Hell Cube, or Death Cube, I guess. Because I've been playing a lot with the automatons, these guys, and they're great. But my list I made for them is very melee heavy, so I thought these nomads would be kind of shootier. And again, pardon all of the dog fur side effect of Shiba Inu. But yeah, they're pretty awesome models. They came out pretty well. I tried to do for like this multiple color kind of ragtag looking stuff. I think it's pretty neat. So these guys here, these are from the 10-man trooper box we're about to look at. So that one I'm going to unbox just to show it off. But I'm not going to build any of those today because I'm going to wait for the additional weapons boxes. So yeah, so I don't know. I got an itch to play with these guys, and I was like, you know what? I've got a bunch of Amazon points, so I'm gonna pick up the rest of them from Amazon for free. Because oh my god, the cost of Necromunda has gone up. Has it? I think when I first bought these guys, I think this box was like $35. It's like $45 now. Right? Like maybe it was $30 when I first bought the original box. That's legitimately like a 50% price increase. Like it's kind of fucking insane. Like, oh my god, man. It still only makes it like $4.25 a mini or something, but like at the same time, ouch. And also that is with 15-20% discount off of MSRP from Amazon's. So like, youch, man. But in this one, you're gonna get 10 guys, just like the dudes I just showed off. You get 2 identical sprues. And there's some cool stuff in here. Like the chain glaive there. Or the sniper rifle. There's like a rifle with a cool scope. There's a rocket launcher that seems to fire like needles. That's really cool. A couple just regular rifles. There's like 1 or 2 melee weapons on here. It's pretty cool. A lot of the sprue is taken up by the bodies and the backpacks because these guys all have these like really big, complicated, like, I don't know, like still suit-esque kind of like gear. But definitely much more makeshift than a still suit, but similar kind of like desert equipment. So a lot of the sprue is taken up by that. So they don't have a ton of weapon options actually. So there is actually an expanded weapon set for these guys that includes stuff like more melee weapons, shotguns, net rifles, heavy machine guns, stuff like that. That's all kind of themed to them. But I mean, it is Necromunda, so you can kit bash your heart content. It's one of the really good games from GW for that. All right, so let's check this guy out. And we're actually going to build some of these. So let me grab my glue. There we go. Glue acquired. Alright. So these are the Shadar Hunters and Anthromite Spineworms. That is a hell of a name. Holy shit. Man. Talk about your dudes being a mouthful. Damn. So these are kind of like specialist troopers that go with the other guys. They have a lot more like what looks like makeshift weapons out of like bone and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. They look also much more melee heavy than the other guys. And then we're going to get 4 little wormies in there. So I'm assuming this is 2 sprues. One sprue has 2 worms and 3 guys. That's what I'm assuming. There are 4 bases that are called out separate. I'm assuming those are for the worms. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Do we got 2 identical sprues? Yep, 2 identical sprues. Okay. Alright, let's see. What do we got here? I actually haven't looked at the sprue at all, so this is new for me too. So let's see. We got a whip and some kind of sticky, stabby thing. Some little daggers. Some kind of like big bug skull. That's kind of cool. I wonder what that's for. We got another whip over here. More daggery kind of deals. Yeah, big dagger. Oh, those are neat with the little teeth. And then another big dagger. The big daggers are cool. They have some kind of like canister on them. What if it's like a poison thing or something like that? So yeah, pretty cool. They are definitely more chopped up than the other guys. Let me just show this off as an example. So if you look at every one of these guys, pretty much all of them are like a front and a back, right? And you put that together and you put the backpack on them. These guys, like there's legs and then some little chests and then big chests, and yeah, they're a lot more all over the place, that's for sure. I'm also not sure if these arms are going to be interchangeable, because on these guys you can pretty much interchange all the arms because they pretty much have a flat shoulder. We'll see what this looks like. Let's get building on a couple of them and see what we got. Let's see what we got. All right. Okay, I guess instructions might help, huh? Okay, let's see. Shadar Hunter 6. Shadar Hunter 5. Okay, they're different bodies. Shadar Hunter 4 is the same body. 47, 48. Okay. Venom Sacs. It's really weird. These steps are all the same. It looks like a daggers or whip guy there. Interesting. Okay. We got this guy who's like kneeling. And then Shadar Hunter 2. Ooh. Okay. Shadar Hunter 1. Interesting. Where are the worms? Oh, there they are. All right, let's start with the worms. All right, looks like we've got 25, 23, 27. I will say I've been really spoiled by 25, 23, 24. So I've been really spoiled by um, Morgan's Atlantic recently. So that's primarily what I've been building. And just being able to like swap and change all the pieces and stuff to what you want is really fun. So I was kind of hoping there was going to be some customization in this kit as well. But we shall see. We shall see. Definitely, the instructions do not imply it, but that does not mean that it's not doable. Okay. Just clipping out all the bug bits here. So apologies for whipping this frame all over the place. But yeah, just seeing what we got. Trying to get all the bug bits. It looks like each one's 3 pieces, so where's the other bug's head? Oh, there it is. Okay. We're gonna have to trim up some of these nubs, I think. Yeah. This one's really bad. There we go. And this one on the horn here is really bad too. Alright, we'll get zoomed in a little. And then I'll go ahead, I'll move this out of the way because it's screwing up the white balance again. So, yeah. Go. Okay. So we got 2 of those. We got our glue. So, yeah, I thought these guys would be fun to add to my force. Um, I thought they would be cool in a battle on the Death Cube. I was going to stream a game today, but completely honestly, I was really low energy this morning, so I did not really have the energy to play and make it entertaining. You know what I mean? So we held off on it. So now next week, I'll have some more different enemies my guys can fight in the Death Cube. Should be pretty fun. Okay, really quick, I want to test. Are the heads interchangeable? Yes. Okay, so we can at least switch the heads on the bugs. So at least your bugs won't be identical. You'll be able to swap the heads. Little bug. Oh, I fixed my belt. Oh, being a fat guy sucks. Don't get fat. Okay. So let's see. This and this. Yeah, these definitely. Uh, yeah, the bodies are definitely not interchangeable. They could have made it pretty easy where the bodies would have been interchangeable and making them into like 2 different pieces. Um, and then you would have ended up having 4 different bodies. Um, and essentially like 4 different body to head configurations essentially then too. So that would have been doable with the way these are designed, but or they would have had to design them different, but It would have been doable with this kind of creature, is what I'm saying. They look neat, though. Cool little bugs. Definitely something I could see bouncing around the death cube, right? Like, get a thing, like just creeping around. I could see that 100%. That's pretty cool. Sorry. I know. Such a wiggly camera today. I apologize. All right. Let's see. We'll do Shadar Hunter 6, who is 29 and 30. 29, 30, and 38. Okay, so this must be the difference. This must be the difference. This body must change legs to make it a different body. Yeah, because this leg 31 looks very similarly posed, but I'm betting it changes the pose. Okay. I'm gonna find 30 now. Here it is. And we'll test and see if we can switch the heads up too. So we are gonna have 2 sprues. And I think technically we're gonna be able to build entirely unique models with each model without kit bashing. At least that's what it looks like from the box. So if we look at the box, none of these guys are the same. So we should basically just be able to follow the instructions and get, 6 unique models. But we'll build a couple of these guys and then we'll crack the bugs out. Then maybe we'll come back and finish these guys up. I do really like these Ash Nomad guys. I think they're really fun. A lot of people were comparing them to Tusken Raiders. But what I really see when I look at these is an old video game called Red Faction Guerrilla. So in Guerrilla, there was a whole bunch of like crazy people that lived out in the wastes on Mars. That's what these guys really look like to me. And I thought they were awesome. They were like not refugees. They were like leftovers of the corporation, and they basically all went and became like feral out in the like the dunes of Mars. And it was really cool. I thought they were a super super cool like faction. 39 and 40. Okay. So I was a big fan of them. When I was in college, I actually cosplayed one of them and made a whole like set of metal out of bent like sheet, a set of armor out of like bent sheet metal, and clanged around college campus. Man, security looked at me funny that day. I tell you what. That was fun though. I had a big like staff and everything. It was cool. All right, so let's go to backpack. What backpack does he get? 30. Okay, real talk, GW. The fucking contrast on that number sucks. Is that 30 or 38? I don't fucking know. Good job, GW. Let's go look at the pieces and we'll figure it out. Accessibility, motherfuckers. I'm not seeing 30 or 38. It's not this one because it has a like a cloth on the back. Yeah, it's got a cloth like this on the back. Alright, hold on. I'm checking to see if in the beginning it's like, you can use any backpack. No. It is definitely not doing that. Okay, it just says 30. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Okay, well, he's going to be backpackless for a minute because I am not seeing that piece for the life of me. It looks to me like this piece and that piece combined is what it looks like. Even though I keep breaking the tine on this. But maybe I'm just blind. Alright, well, he's going to be backpackless for a little bit. It wants him to have head number 41. That we can find. That is right here. Yeah, because this one's got a bug. This one's like got a big drop canister. Yeah, it's got to be this and that combined. It's got to be. Okay, maybe not. Let's see, this one is 48 and 47. Okay. This one is 14, 1C, and 20. Okay. This guy's backpack is 35 and 34. Step 30. Okay, that is not clear at all, GW. Thank you for that. You could have just wrote 34 and whatever. Ugh. Whatever. I'm just being pissy. I apologize. Alright, let's see. The tines probably face out, I'm assuming. Yes. Yeah, the tines definitely face out, and it sits. Oh, there's a lot of places it could sit, actually. Feels kind of right there. Ah, there it is right there, 100%. Okay. Hit him with a little more glue on his feet. Yeah, so I guess you don't even have to give him the cover, but I mean the cover is kind of one of the things that like makes these designs, to be honest. So I think you'd always want to either way, even though you probably don't have to. Oh shit. Come on. So even though I guess some of the poses are going to change up, I guess the backpacks really aren't. I'll set that to sit for a minute. And we'll figure out what other one we're going to build. Let's see. So we can't build the other guy that's on that runner. Or on that body, I guess. So, I guess let's build... The one with the whips is really cool. Let's build the one with the whips, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so we're going to look for 44, 42, 43. Okay, we can do that. And the whips are easy to find, so they're good. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised how much more cut up these are versus the other guys that we just looked at, who are much more like regular kind of build. I do have to say, I really actually enjoy the much more regular build kind of things. It's one of the reasons I have been kind of like gravitating away from GW. Not only because of price, but like, man, what the fuck is 44? Did I already clip it out? No, I didn't. Okay. That's 20. There it is. But yeah, just like there's something fun about being able to clip out a bunch of arms and clip out a body and like build a dude, like a sprue like this, is a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Like one of these like War Games Atlantic sprues. Kind of a lot more fun than specifically hunting for individual pieces. You get much less dynamic models. That I will admit. But I don't know, the pose you make is like your pose. And I think there's something kind of neat about that. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I came up with how this guy's standing or whatever. That's kind of something innately fun about that, I think. That is kind of lost on the more prescriptive models. I won't say more monopose. I'll say more prescriptive. Because even stuff like the old Putrid Blight Kings, right? That was a amazing model, like amazing set. But they were very very prescriptive in the way their bodies worked. But then how you attached everything to the body was just like you could do whatever you wanted, and it was really fun. The the Death Dread is actually it's probably my favorite GW kit. For that reason, because it is, I feel like, so much fun to like get bash and stuff. I also really like the old Clan Rats. It's a shame that they're gone. They were really cool. I know all you did was change one arm, but man, I feel like it really changed a lot on the model. And you could make some cool little shithead characters with that, even though you did such little work on it. 52. Just digging around looking for one piece. All right. And then this guy is going to go on his base. After we put some of him together. And then we'll let him sit. And then we'll put his arms on. And while he's connecting up to his base, we'll finish building the other guy. Go. And pulling the parts off this guy gives us a nice thing to see if we can swap the arms a little. So this is our guy here. Um, yeah, I mean all the arms are just flat cuts, so we could switch those up if we wanted to, pretty easy. So if we look at this one, could we take these daggers? Yeah, I mean, okay, so the arms are actually totally swappable. That's cool. That's good to know. Are the heads totally swappable? No. No, maybe they are. Hold on. Hold on. I thought, okay, they are. Your guy might end up looking in a weird way, but the heads are swappable. Interesting. Okay, that's good to know. I think that's pretty awesome. So we do have some customization, like if you wanted to build more than one whip guy or whatever, you wouldn't have to use the same body. I know I said I would put this guy on a base. That's what I was gonna do. So like if you wanted two whip guys, for example, you could use two different bodies or two guys with the big claws or whatever. You could do that. This guy has a very, very tiny point of contact to his base. That is big unfortunate. Mucho sucko, that is. Presumably we could use that whip arm to attach to the base too, but I don't know if we can get it to work it's while his main point is drying. But let's try, I guess. Because that'll make our lives a trillion times easier on this guy. We can get the whip to connect to the base too. So if we just bend it a little, we should be able to get it to touch the base. Not even really bend it, just get it to face downward. You know what I mean? That should do it for us. There we go. Okay. Then we can a little glue like around here. And we'll see if we can get him to kind of lean on the whip. That'll make our life a million times easier. Okay, okay. All right, yeah, that's how you do that guy. Definitely put the whip on, but make sure the whip is wet when you're putting it on, so you can kind of get him to actually lean on it. That's what you want it to do. As if you wait for the whip to fully dry, it could be in a spot that you can't get him to actually like lean on it and still touch his foot. So you 100% want it to still be wet when you do it. I'm happy to see that all the arms and stuff are interchangeable. I was really worried looking at how cut up the bodies are. That's really nice because Necromunda maintains as like one of the most kit bashy lines that Games Workshop does. I'm happy to see they're still, you know, that's still doing good. They haven't put out any new armies though since these guys. I think these guys were the last one, or teams, I guess. They've just done additions to the teams. We got double stabby dagger. So like the Palatine Enforcers got like some new like I don't know. Oh god, I'm not even on the camera. They got some new guys. They got like some what do you call them? Like detectives, and they got some robots and like a car and shit like that. So they haven't done a whole like new team though recently. No, I guess after these guys they did the really cool Gene Stealers. Yeah, after those guys, they did these guys. Again, pardon the dust, because Shiba Inu, but yeah, they need to get vacuumed big time. But they're very fun models. I got I've got some painted like all in the red color too, so it's sort of like they're becoming more radioactive. Is kind of what I was going for, which I thought was kind of neat. So, all right, let's see. Do we want to do the last guy and then we will have done the entire thing? Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Why not? Let's do the last guy. And we'll do the bugs. Let's see. 2930. Okay, so this is the body. This is the body right here. That's also this guy. So we can't build him today. We can build this guy or this guy with the spear. Um, Spear guy is cool. This guy's got a cool like stabby tonfa hand. Let's see. 7, 11, 14 go into his backpack. Okay, so we actually start on this side. Yeah, we'll build the guy with the cool claw spear. That's who we'll build first, because we have to build most of that anyway. It's not like one is easier to build than the other. All right, so okay, so let's see. Really curious about the bugs, how they're gonna work, because the two bugs look wildly different to me. So I'm like wondering if they're legitimately just like one sprue. And it just has both the bugs on it. Or if you're getting two sprues and each sprue has one bug on it. But you're only getting one set of like the handler equipment, which like really, you guys could have really thrown in another fucking set of that. Um, or you guys could have thrown in a guy to be the fucking handler. You know, just saying. Um, you're only getting one set of that equipment, which makes me think that it is just single sprue. Which makes it a hell of a poor cost proposition. So, something to consider. I legitimately probably wouldn't have bought that kit if I hadn't got it for free. Just because of the cost proposition for it. I just, I don't know. Miniatures are always expensive, but there does reach a point where they feel too much. You know what I mean? Like I can't really enjoy buying them anymore. Right? So, yeah, like I feel like I don't know, two bugs for $45 with a fucking 20% discount is definitely within the realm of I can't enjoy buying that anymore. You know what I mean? That's just too much, man. But that's why you save your Amazon points. And then they feel a whole lot better to buy when you don't have to actually pay for them. Okay, let's see. Stuff. Foot goes on this rock. Okay. And this stuff goes on his belt. We'll actually do the belt stuff after he sits on the base a little bit. Um, They're going to have to wiggle him a little bit to get that on there. And I think I'm going to... that'll disturb him setting on the base, so we'll let him set first and then go from there. All right, put him off to the side, and we'll go do whip guy. All right, so whip guy gets... Gotta do whip guy's backpack too. Whip guy gets these venom things that go on the hip somewhere. They go. Ooh, shit. Go like this or something? That feels right. But yeah. I don't know how these guys play in Necromunda. I do like Necromunda. It's a very fun game. I will say, if you do enjoy Necromunda, though, you should check out Dead Man's Hand, because it's just like better Necromunda. Like, yeah, I know it's set in like Wild West times and not like a like Doomed City, but like it's basically the same rule set but streamlined and simplified. It's really good. It's actually playing a whole lot of Dead Man's Hand on the channel a little while ago, and I really can't I can't sing its praises enough. It's a really good game. They actually added a whole bunch of new models for that. I could check those out. Yeah, they added like servicemen and people on horses and all kinds of stuff in plastic too. So yeah, like if you like Necromunda and you're down with the cowboy aesthetic, I highly recommend checking it out. It's like Necromunda with less crunch. Now, some people probably really like the crunch of Necromunda, but it was always the part that I super disliked. I liked all the like kind of cool interactions and random stuff that can happen. Um, and some people would probably call that crunch, but there's like a big difference in my brain of like being able to do crazy stuff like jump off a platform and shoot somebody while you're falling, versus like 14 different stat tables for stuff. Now, Necromunda doesn't thankfully have too much of that, but I do feel like some of the rules are a little weedy and you get lost in them. So that doesn't happen with Dead Man's Hand, at least not to me. And I, yeah, just had a great time with it. Very good. And their two-player starter box is really cool because you get these cool plastic like Wild West houses with duck boards, and yeah, they're awesome. I really like it. And then you can make animal heads for them all and make a Fiebles Goes West set. That's totally not what I did, I swear. No, it's 100% what I did. Yeah, so my Dead Man's Hand stuff is all anthropomorphs. It's literally like Five Goes West, the miniature game. It's pretty dope. And I have to say, if you ever wanted to actually do that, uh, Goon Master on my mini factory has done a ton of new animal heads recently for all kinds of different species. Um, so when I revisit uh, Dead Man's Hand next, I'm gonna be cranking out some new stuff like some golden retrievers. He did like a pit bull head, all kinds of good stuff. And I think one of the reasons I haven't done it is I think the 3D animal heads I made, I'm kind of okay and happy with. But honestly, I'd be so much happier with like probably the ones from Goonmaster. So I kind of want to rip off a bunch of their heads. Okay, how the fuck does this backpack work? There it goes. There's like a cable on the bottom of this backpack that needs to line up. So when you're building him, be careful of that. There we go. Yeah, he's pretty cool though, I gotta say. That's pretty cool. The camera is blocking a lot of my light, which is super annoying. Alright, I'll put him off there. Put that guy over there. Oh, actually, he's supposed to get something else. He's supposed to get a shoulder pad. Ah, sorry. I guess the shoulder pad just goes like that. Yeah, it does. Okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's definitely pretty cool. Oh, man, we're going for 45 minutes already. All right, you know what? I'm going to put the other guy off to the side because I want to get to the bugs in this video. So we're going to put the other one of these guys off to the side and we're going to open up the bugs. And I'll finish building this guy later. The bugs don't take that long. Like I said, this sounds like one sprue. We'll come back to him. Alright, so what do you get in here? You get 2 bugs, 1 token, and some like upgrade pieces for one of the guys. I wish they would have just given you another guy. And I think I'm going to really feel that way when I open this up and it's one fucking sprue. Oof. Yep. Yep. That's a whole lot of unfortunate is what that is. Man, I can't believe it's one fucking sprue. Holy shit. Like, you get 2 of every other Necromunda sprue. Why didn't they just give you 2 of this one? I mean, yeah, you get 4 bugs, but what they really should have done is given you this sprue and packed them together. That's what they should have really done, but GW won't ever do that. So, wow, yeah, that's a whole lot of poopy. And his sprue looks very nice. The wings are really cool details. But book. I'm happy I did not pay MSRP for this. I think this box is literally like $60 MSRP. Alright, let's see. Here's how to build the token. Here's how you build the extra stuff for that guy. I don't care about him. And then you can have a bug sitting on the ground or a bug flying. And it's much cooler if the bug is flying. Or you can have this guy who doesn't have an alternate. Okay, so we're going to build him. Because it looks like he only has like one pose essentially. So yeah, if you want to play Necromunda and want these on your team, get some 3D printed ones, like for real. Oh, what is that thing called? There's a My Mini Factory thing. They do a line called House Bareth. They have a lot of really cool Necromunda 3D printed stuff. There's a whole lot of great Necromunda 3D printed stuff. I would highly recommend that you look into that because the cost proposition on this is definitely not there and is annoying, even though I got these models for free. So, just throwing that out there. That I would pursue some 3D printed on these. Especially given that you're never going to go to a Necromunda like tournament. I mean, maybe they exist, but like that's not really what Necromunda's about. It's a lot more like narrative events. So I don't think you'll ever need official models. Four, five, six. But yeah, these are like they seem like nice models. I know all I've been doing is whining about costs, but it really does strike me, especially with something this egregious. You know, it really kind of like hits you right in the nuts. I would like legitimately be angry at myself if I had paid full price for these. Yeah, so the other guys are cool. You can get them on a little bit of sale. They seem pretty neat. This is egregious is the best word I can think of. They're the best phrase I can think of. There's no reason for these models to be this expensive. There's just not. So yeah, I would highly recommend 3D printing these. And also these legs are really fiddly. So if you have like motor control issues, do not get this kit. Like I'm a little shaky, but like I'm not like super terrible, but if you do have like motor control problems, don't get this kit because putting these legs on will be a literal nightmare for you. They don't even end up being that big. Ah, sorry. I'll stop whining now, I swear. No, I won't. That's a lie. Like, they're not even going to be that much bigger than like one guy. That's just completely crazy to me. Yeah, if I had bought these full price at a game store, I would be so disappointed. These wings are going to be fun to paint. They have cool texture on them. So that's something to look forward to at least, right? Let's see. I need one more piece number 14, which is this metal rock thing here. Like legitimately, this bug is as many pieces as one of these guys, right? Like, and this bug should be a much bigger thing. Anyway, I'll stop. I'll stop. No, I won't. I'm gonna keep being salty. And I can be salty and I can bitch about it because GW doesn't give me anything. I am a nobody that they don't even know exists and they don't care. But that means that I can complain about how fucking expensive these are. Some other YouTuber might not do that. Cool. All right. So, what's more of the feeling? Yeah, it goes without saying that obviously there's no like customization in these. Um, because obviously there's not, so like that kind of goes without saying, but still gonna mention it. I guess there is a little bit of customization because you can choose whether or not the one is flying or it is on the ground. So I guess there is actually a little bit of customization, but it's not like you're gonna have an extra one of these that you're gonna like want to switch the legs around on and stuff. You know what I mean? You're not gonna like want to like chop and change them to reposition the tail and stuff because you only get one set on one sprue. Beautiful. Okay, come on. You know what? I am going to make this other leg attached to the base here. It's a little bit, just so it has another point of connection. So that one peg is not doing a good enough job of holding it. Alright, well I'm just going to sit here for our sentry and hold this. Let's see. He gets little pincers on his face? Really? Expensive ass bug ain't even fun to build. Okay, let's cut out all the little pieces for his face. Move him over. That should do. Alright, so he gets 10. I'm assuming 11 and 12. And they're like little grabby claws that go on his face. I'm wondering if I should put the grabby claws on first, since his body is still drying. Where do they go in the face? Oh, they go in the very bottom neck area. Okay. Well, in that case, we need to put the head on first, because otherwise I'm going to keep hitting those with my fingers as I put him on the base. Go. Alright, we're going to let that sit for a minute, and we'll go work on the other guy real quick. Oof. Yeah, not happy with those bugs. Not happy with them bugs at all. The bugs I would rate. These guys I think I'd give like a 7 or 8 out of 10. The bugs I think I'd give a 1 or 2. Yeah, not happy with them. They are not good designs and definitely not fun to build. And ludicrously expensive. These guys are cool though. I would legitimately give these guys like a 7 or 8, I think. What is this? It's like a little like bug arm. Where does that go? Does it go like there? And he's got like a little like bug arm. I can't tell if it's like coming out of his robes, like he's a bug mutant, or if it's like connected to his belt. I think it just sits. Oh, shit. I think it legitimately just like sits like right here. Excuse me. The box will make that more clear. Oh, the box has it like not coming out of him, but like tied up like this on his chest, like a trophy. Weird. Okay. Guess it's just like a bug part he's carrying with him. Weird. Okay. Alright, then I need 11 and 7 for him. Yeah, he just has like a set of claws like strapped to his chest. Which I mean, you do you, boo, you know? 11, 7, and 14. Then we'll go check our fly bug. See how he's coming. See if he's dried enough for us to finish him up. Let's see. Where that sits? It feels right to me. Yeah, there's like a little tab there. But it could really sit going slightly either way. So, kind of interesting. Alright, so let's see. This guy is... Fuck. Man. Why are you being a dickhead? Stop it. Yeah, it's the pig. That goes right there. Yeah, see, this doesn't sit perfect. It kind of wiggles a little, which makes me think I have it in the wrong spot. Alright, let's see. This... okay, I see. These are like stitches. These little connector points. And they're what's going to hold this on. I see, I see. Um, nope, that's super wrong. That looks right. Right-ish. Right adjacent. No. None of this looks right. Okay. All of that looks wrong. Let's try again. There we go. Okay. Alright, I had the backpack going upside down. Okay, and then this goes like that. Alright. Okay, we got there in the end, fam. We got there in the end. Alright, now we can put this on our homie, and then we can put those pincers on that bug's face. Alright. This guy's looking cool, at least. He's got a lot of shit. Alright, little pincers now go on the bug's face. Just want to hit that neck joint a little more. Okay. Alright. It's very bug-like. Then... Oops, the wing's just going like that. Okay. What's the best way to do this? Maybe like lay him on his side and let the wing bounce against something, maybe? Like that. Maybe until it gets like a little tacky and then we can try repositioning it. We'll do another piece on our other guy from the other frame. And then we'll check the wing and see if we like where it is. Because the contact point is so small that if we leave it just sit flat out, it's going to fall. C8. We need 15 and 16. We're going to need this other this little claw arm too. Bonk. Alright, let's see. Then he gets a little dagger. It's the wrong little dagger. He gets this little dagger. Then he's gonna get these mandibles here on his face. Gonna get those too. And then what head is that? 15? Okay. There we go. Okay. Alright, that should be all his pieces cut out. Let's check our bug. Okay. Alright, the idea is going to work. But this wing is not set yet. So our friend needs to go back down on his side. And we'll go back to working on this guy with the spear. How is this supposed to sit? Like that? Feels kind of right. Is it face down or is it face up? Okay, faces down. And yeah, that feels kind of right. Yeah, that feels 100% right there. Okay. It's funny, you get these two little bugs for the same cost of the four big mites. That just seems crazy to me. Like, just absolutely insane. I do really like these guys as cool bug designs because bugs are cool. But also it just feels very 80s to me. Because like if there was an action movie, like the hero would be captured by these guys, right? And they'd all have this horrifying armor. And you'd think they're all these bug people, and then they'd take it off and they'd be like beautiful Amazons or something underneath. Because that's how the 80s worked. They really do remind me of the bad guys. Yeah, bad guys is a strong term. They're one of the factions in um, Red Faction Guerrilla. Bad guys is a strong term because really the bad guys are the evil corporations in Red Faction Guerrilla. They're really not the like the Raiders are a pain in the ass, but they're like a byproduct of the evil corporation. All right, and then he gets another one of these claws here. How does that sit? Like that? Yes, it's like that. Okay. All right, and then we got one more arm of the knife. And then our boss guy is done. Nice. Okay, set him down to sit for a second and we'll check out our other guys. So this is the guy with the double daggers. Pretty cool. Went together fairly easy. Then we got the 2 bugs. 1 and 2. They're really cool. They're a nice little addition. It's a shame the bodies aren't really interchangeable, but at least the heads are. We got this really cool whip guy. And definitely make sure you put this arm on first so that the whip can help hold him up. And then we got our boss guy with his spear and dagger. Just pretty cool. Maybe I had that claw sticking out too far. Oh well, I think it looks neat. I'll keep it like that. Really, maybe it's supposed to be more like this to match the other one. Yeah, it's 100% how it's supposed to be. Because then it matches the other one instead. And it actually sits in there. You can actually feel it. Okay, interesting. Our little bug cosplay guy there. And then we have the bug that I have bitched so much about. His wing is still not set. But yeah, these guys are about the same number of pieces. I just want to throw that out there, and you get 3 of this guy, and then 2 bugs on 1 frame, and then you get 2 frames. Alright, I'll stop now. No, I won't. Yes, I will. But yeah, definitely not my favorite models. Let me see if I can figure out a way to maybe 2 paint pots. Let's see. Are they the right height? Hold the wings up? Not really. Kind of. Let's see. Let's see if we can get the 2 paint pots to work. Yeah, I like the troop guys. They're cool. Would not recommend the bugs at all. The bugs are like a 0 or a 1 out of 10 to me. Troop guys, they're like a 7 or 8 though. They're pretty cool. And for leftovers, this is what you're going to have on your sprue. So you'll basically get 6 extra arms, 3 extra heads. It's basically what you're going to pull extra. So not terrible, not terrible. There's some neat bits on there too, like the cool bug daggers and stuff. On this extra sprue, you're gonna get 1 set of bug legs extra, and that's it. Yeah, because the only thing that's different between the 2 is the bug legs. The head's identical, the wings are identical. Yeah. Yeah, the only difference is the bug legs. It's the only difference you're gonna get. So you're gonna only get a bunch of bug legs. You're not any good parts even, so. But yeah, well, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call it there. Thank you guys for watching me play with my toys. I always enjoy having company while I do that. While I bitch about how fucking expensive these stupid bugs were. But these guys are cool at least. So. And I'm looking forward to building the regular troops when the weapon box comes in next week. So, yeah. Maybe I'll have some new ones ready for the Hell Cube next weekend. We'll see. We'll see. But with that, I'm going to call it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you had a good one.